especially with an impact from the Iran war and what you've seen on the northern border, sir? Because I know that the northern border has become even more challenging than the southern border was in Texas so long ago. What can you tell us about what's happening on the northern border right now?
Well, first of all, President Trump made this very clear that we were negotiating a deal with Iran where they would never be a threat to the United States again by being the world sponsor of terror, because we know that they are an actor that can't be trusted underneath the regime that the president took out. But what we've seen happen on our northern border, because of the amount of pressure President Trump has put on Iran with the peace through strength, is we've seen an unusually amount of Iranian nationals trying to sneak in through our northern, not southern border, because President Trump's policies have closed the southern border. So our northern border, we've seen our arrests go up daily on Iranian nationals, and we have a good partnership with our Canadian partners that have been able to help apprehend them too. But it's worrisome because the amount of influx we see and the amount of connections we have when we capture the people that they have direct ties to the IRGC, which the IRGC is not the regular army of Iran. The IRGC is the true believers of this radical regime, and fortunately, because of our strength zero policies that we have underneath President Trump, we're able to capture the individuals coming across. So
do we know if those people trying to come through the U.S.'s northern border are being directed by the IRGC, or are they people fleeing from Iran?
Most of the individuals have ties directly to the IRGC.
Wow.
Listen, it's hard to get out of the country of Iran unless you have a path to do so. We're also seeing this with the games they're playing with FIFA. You know, we're still hosting the World Cup, and Iran has a team that's playing. And in fact, the team is playing today in LA. Most teams travel with around 120 people. That's their support staff, doctors, coaches, everybody else that comes along with them, and their delegation. We accepted 53 individuals coming in. The rest of the individuals that Iran had tried to bring in also had direct ties to the IRGC and aren't their normal traveling group. So these games that Iran plays is unfortunately makes him an adversary that you can't trust, and no one knows that better than President Trump, which is why the President Trump has been very hard set on the fact that we're not leaving anything for your word. Everything that we do will be verified and not assumed.
Yeah, well, that's pretty incredible that they're even playing games around the World Cup FIFA game that's playing today in LA, Iran's team. Do you believe that there are people tied to the IRGC traveling with the Iran team that's playing in the World Cup today?
No, absolutely not. President Trump and I spoke about this just yesterday. The president of FIFA, Johnny, and I have had multiple conversations. They tried to get somebody in yesterday that they were calling, he was supposed to be the president of the the soccer federation. When we started doing the research on him, he had only been put in place since 2022, and we didn't allow him to board the plane. Remember, the Iranian soccer team is actually based in Tijuana, and we fly them in the day before the game. Okay. The guy trying to get on the plane yesterday had direct ties to RGC. We're literally checking them as they get on the plane, as they get off the plane, in both places. We have a Customs and Border Protection agents that are there doing biometrics on them, so we know exactly who is coming in the country and leaving.
That's very good. I mean, when you consider the motives here in terms of these Iranians who are tied to the IRGC trying to come into America through the northern border, what's the motive? I mean, is it possible that they're actually planning to hurt America at the same time as these talks between peace are underway in Switzerland right now?
Yeah, and yes, I do actually believe that. But let's keep things separate. The Iranian people are good people that we want to have a relationship with. This regime that we're dealing with, they have been chanting death to America for 49 years. They still have this fantasy of true believers, which is part of the IRGC, that want to establish sleeper cells. Remember, they say that all the time. They're releasing their sleeper cells. We're going to death to America. You're going to pay a big price.
Yeah, and real quick on the America 250 celebrations, what should we expect in terms of security? A lot of celebration expected come July 4th.
Well, President Trump no one can throw a party like President Trump, and we're going to see the world record of fireworks being shot off. We're going to see that every state highlighted all over the National Mall with highlighting what their state brings and the greatness the last 250 years have brought to America. As far as DHS, we're working with our partners, local and state police. We have a very strong policy put in place. We have zero tolerance. You're going to see a lot of security. We're going to be safe. We're going to celebrate, have a good time, and set up America for the next 250 years too. So Department of Homeland has our hands full, but we got the greatest men and women that work within Department of Homeland that we wake up every single day thinking how we can do better to protect our homeland, and we do a great job at it.